what began in the streets of Mumbai on that dark November day in 2008 is now inching closer to justice nearly 17 years later. But do you know how long it took for India to get Tahawwur Hussain Rana? 14 years. People from two regimes negotiated for the key mastermind behind the 26/11 terror attack, the attack that shook India. Now, India's relentless pursuit of Tahawwur Hussain Rana spanned continents, courtrooms, and years of diplomatic push, and now finally he is in India. But here's how the journey unfolded. It was November 2008. Mumbai was under siege. 10 heavily armed terrorists from Pakistan stormed India's financial capital, killing 166 people and injuring hundreds. Among the masterminds, a little-known figure at the time, Tahawwur Hussain Rana, a Pakistani-origin Canadian living in the US. Investigators say Rana, a former Pakistani army doctor turned businessman, used his immigration firm in Chicago as a front to facilitate travel and logistics for David Coleman Headley, the man who carried out reconnaissance for the 26/11 attacks. Now Headley, now serving about 35 years sentence in the US, turned approver and revealed damning details about Rana. According to his confession, it was Tahawwur who helped him pose as a businessman while scouting Mumbai targets, including the Taj Hotel and Chabar House. But while Headley confessed and cooperated, Rana denied all the charges. He was arrested in the US in 2009, but not for 26/11 attacks, but for plotting a different terror attack in Denmark. He was convicted in 2011 for aiding Lashkar-e-Toiba and sentenced to about 14 years in the same case. However, he was acquitted of direct involvement in the Mumbai attacks. But as his prison term neared the end, India made its move. In 2019, India officially submitted a diplomatic note to the US to extradite Rana. But then in 2020, the Indian government formally requested his extradition from the US. The US Justice Department backed India's move, and then India submitted volumes of evidence, including Headley's testimony, official emails, travel records, and financial links, showing that Rana was complicit in facilitating terror in India. But Rana's lawyers fought back, arguing that he could not be tried twice for the same conspiracy, and therefore also citing potential human rights concerns if he was going to be extradited to India. But countering that, Indian legal experts argue that double jeopardy is based on the specific elements of a crime and not based on one's conduct. And since Rana has not been tried under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, which is basically an act used against terror groups in India, prosecuting Rana under the same law would not violate the double jeopardy clause. And so in May 2023, a US federal court ruled in India's favor. It was a diplomatic victory, but it was not the end. Rana filed a habeas corpus petition, stalling the process. Then the Indian government remained patient, working behind the scenes, ensuring compliance with treaty obligations and judicial process. And now, after months of legal delays, the US authorities have cleared the final hurdle. Rana's extradition is official. He's back in India, and now he's going to face trial for conspiracy, aiding terrorism, and playing a key logistical role in the 26/11 attacks. Now, this could be a landmark moment for justice, not just for the victims and their families, but for a nation that has waited far too long. And this goes on to show that no matter where you hide, how long it takes, justice will find you. Now, Rana is going to be questioned about his links to Pakistan's army, its inter-service intelligence, and also the banned terror group Lashkar-e-Toiba. India's anti-terror agency, the NIA, or the National Investigation Agency, will carry out the probe, and finally, more layers of information will be revealed about what India has been saying for so long, that 26/11 attacks were carried out with support from Pak-based actors. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned to India Today Global, where we simplify geopolitics for you.